Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to continue on with the Forester. Stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you haven't yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the post notification bell. Stay up to date with these projects. There's plenty of them going on. Let's get into it. Alright guys, just welded on the wastegate to the new location. So I finally drilled that out. Ended up using my impact to finish it off. Had about 3mm left. This is the last chunk that took forever. So this is 40 schedule, or schedule 40, and being on the angle, it was a good 15mm I had to get through. So that took quite some time, and with a nice blunt hole saw. But got it through, got the flange welded on, and I had it clamped onto the wastegate, so hopefully it's kind of mated up with the wastegate flange. Still really hot because I just finished welding that, so we'll come back tomorrow when it's cooled down and we'll fit it to the car. Alright guys, it's the next day. Everything's obviously cooled down. You can see the light through it from the window. We are going to head out as a family to do something for an hour or so. So, well, we might be out for a bit longer, but it's in the afternoon now, so I'm going to do some cuts on the big saw because it's so freaking loud when I'm out here tonight. My neighbours probably won't like it, so just by looking at this, I'm thinking maybe just to 90 degrees should be enough. So I'll do like 10 pie cuts on this. And clean up the insides with that drill, with the carbide bit in it, that one or the big one. And yeah, we'll come back later tonight and chuck that in, measure everything up, and hopefully get this tucked in and welded in tonight. Alright guys, if you haven't done pie cuts before, I'll just run quickly through what it is. You have a straight pipe, you cut it at a particular angle that you want, nothing too sharp. I'm going for about 9 degrees, that's the best I can get on this. It goes in 15-degree increments, so about 2/3 of the way, so maybe 10. So you're getting a 9 degree cut, and then you cut it the opposite way. So on both sides I've marked halfway, so then your one bit of pie becomes 18 degrees. So I'm doing it at 9 degrees because it'll be 5 cuts to do 90 degrees, or 5 pieces should I say. That's why before I said I'll do 10 pieces. So we have 2 90s to work with, and we can clock them anyway to get a bit more of a bend. And depending on how long you make your pie cut, will depend on the centerline radius. So if it's going to be a sharp edge, sharp corner should I say, or sharp bend, or a long sweepy bend, depends on the length of that pie. Pie. So this first cut that I'm going to do, this will be the cut that will come out of the wastegate. So we want a nice straight edge on that, because that will weld onto this piece, which I need to clean up. But that, you can still see there's a straight edge there, so I can grind that down, and then that'll weld on nicely. So that looks like it's got a bit of a bend to it, but There's a best piece I could use. And we've also got the expansion, the flex in there that needs to go in as well. Yeah, so make it a bit longer. Alright, just a little bit longer, so not much. We don't want to come out too far and then end up like on the inner wheel well. So that's where our bend will start, and our welds are going to be damn close on this. So yeah, just start there. Main thing is you want to keep this line facing straight up. So I do have a line on the other side. So when I rotate it around, it'll cut the other 9 degrees. Alright, that's my first cut. Probably need to get another blade. Yeah, so there's the line, there's the line. It's really hot still. So that's the straight edge that'll go into the wastegate and the start of our bend. So then we just rotate this one around, and on that line we can mark the length. So if we know our length, then we can have obviously all the same. So that's what we want. We want it to be nice and consistent. Alright, so we do actually want a nice tight radius on this to keep things in nice and close. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty small piece. So I'm going to mark that, and then we can be consistent. This might just be with the one coming off the wastegate. We might have enough room when we're going back into the up part to make it a bit softer bend. But yeah, so that cut on the line is about 1 centimetre, so easy to remember. Alright guys, I've cut the pie cuts. Obviously we need to clean them up. So when I was cutting it, I cleaned up one side before I cut it, so really only have half the work to do. It's just hard to hold. So we need to do the inside and that outside. So I did 11, and then we got the straight one here. We'll need a straight one to go into here, and obviously a straight one to come out the other end. So I'll just chuck this back in. Obviously it's not going to be that long. So I've got the angle on that end. I'll extend that line down so I know where halfway is. Yeah. Later we'll get that on and make sure everything's tight, everything is in the right position, and we'll start fiddling with the pie cuts and get it all either taped up so we can get it in position, then tacked and then welded, hopefully this episode. So if I do get it all welded up and back in, then I guess we can start the car. Cool. Alright guys, I'm back. It's about 4:30, so we've only got about 45 minutes left of light outside. That doesn't matter. I've got to clean these up now. So we're going to be using the air drill, so it's going to be pretty loud. That's mainly just to do the inside. The outside I'll use the angle grinder with the flap disc to clean that up. And yeah, should be good to piece them together. It should be pretty close to the same size. Maybe 1 or 1.5 mil difference. So when you look at it, you're gonna have to line on both sides. So if you line those lines up, you'll get your perfectly straight angle. So if you start clocking it, that's when you start to get twisty bits. You get some pretty funky bends when you start to play around with it too. So yeah. Alright guys, just got pulled away to go get dinner. Had some pizza. So yeah, it's now like 8:30. Watched a movie with the family. So I didn't have a chance to do the insides. I'm not too concerned. I'm going to do the 90 degrees going to weld them up tonight, and because it's such a small pipe, I can get in there with the die grinder and clean it up after it's welded up. Maybe even when I'm welding it, these will melt away, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just doing the 290s separately so I can still get in there, and we'll get that bottom pipe on, and we'll actually measure everything out ready to go. So yeah, we'll tack these together. Have to be pretty damn careful welding these. There isn't much metal there, so I'll turn the amperage down on the old welder. Yeah, we'll do 290s and we'll come back after I've done that. Alright boys, so I have tacked up this one. This one will come off the wastegate. That's 90 degrees, so that'll go into maybe this guy. I'm not sure just yet. And I've only done 4 here, which is one less than 90 degrees, because we might have some straight that'll go onto that with the angle that's up there, to create the 90 degrees back into the up pipe. So we'll get that on and start checking things out. Alright boys, got it in position. I need to weld this onto the V-band flange, so I'm going to clean it up and weld it on, so then I can definitely start getting the right angles going on. Alrighty boys, been playing around down here for a little while, so I've clocked into a position that I think is going to be good. For the inner guard, there's going to be probably, well, this is not going to be there. I'll probably take 1 or 2 of these pie cuts off and have a straight pipe, and then the flex around here somewhere, so they'll need to be heat wrapped as well. But one thing I didn't consider is actually being able to unbolt the up pipe from the turbo. So I think it's time that we get this off, wastegate and all. So bottom pipe, up pipe, wastegate, we'll bolt it up to the TD04 on the bench, and then we can work on getting the right angles. Yeah, I'd probably have to have the flex closer, or closer to here, depending on yeah. What I really need to do is actually have a flange here, so I can take it off. So take this whole pipe off, so then we have access to all the bolts back here. But yeah, I didn't think of that. Anyway, yeah, we'll start to take all this stuff off again, and yeah, try to get it sorted. Alright boys, got it out. It's actually pretty easy to get out. So this is what we're trying to do, is get something through here, but we want to be able to still obviously do up all these bolts. Now on the TD04 is studs, whereas on the TD05 I use bolts on these ones. It's threaded on the housing, and then we have a bolt and a nut, bolt and a nut, and we don't have to worry about that one or the one on the other side. So we come through from this way, as you can see they are there, and at the top here, which I normally go from this way to get to. So yeah, we need to work out this. this might take a little while. Yeah. Better put another bolt in there. So I'm actually missing the nut that goes onto this one. It doesn't have that lip on it. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, it's just a normal nut that goes onto there. Because it sits pretty damn close to that pipe. Yeah, I can't get it all the way up if it does have it. So I'm just going to have the bolt there, just for reference, just show when that pipe goes through that there'll be enough room. Alright guys, just spent a few minutes here just trying to sort this out. I think I've got it. So flex joint about here, so we're going to take one of these off, have a straight bit. We'll have 3 pie cuts coming out of the end here and a straight, and we'll notch it to get into there. So we should be able to get to all the bolts and all the nuts on the backside of the TF5. So we'll come back tomorrow during the day, do some cuts because it's pretty damn loud, and it's about 11 o'clock now, so I'm not doing that. So yeah, and probably while we're out, I'll my drill stuff now. I'm going to smoke a hole in here so I can keep the water line off this pipe. Alright boys, I'm back. It's Sunday afternoon. I've got a feeling I'm not going to get this done today, but hopefully we'll get this all tacked up. So I can just come out here tomorrow night and do some welding. Actually, I need to clean up in here, don't I? Yeah. It's a bit of time to clean up them, so we'll do some straight cuts. We'll get this one off as well, and hopefully, yeah, get everything lined up and cleaned up and ready to go. Alright guys, so I've tacked it all up. A little bit of a gap at the end here, but we do have a bit of flex in this as well. We are a smaller pipe going into a little bit bigger hole, so to fill that in anyway. So I'll get this off and fully weld this up during the week, and yeah, get the car going again this week hopefully. So guys, if you like this episode and you're pretty keen on the relocation of this wastegate and how it's going to perform, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell to stay up to date with this project and many of my other ones. With that being said guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next episode. Bye.